Listen to Salam Media.
The time is just gone 8:34 a.m. We continue with the show this morning. If you have just tuned in, we welcome you to the show. It is a public holiday here in South Africa, and we trust and hope that you are having a wonderful day. Now it's time to look at the announcement that has come through from the Saudi Hajj and Umrah Ministry, allowing foreign pilgrims aged 12 years and older to perform Umrah. And we joined on the line this morning by Sedick Steenkamp, who is the chairman of the South African Muslim Travel Association, SAMTA. Brother Sedick, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, Brother Inayat, and to all the listeners of Salamida. How are you, Sheikh?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, very well, Brother Sedick, and always wonderful talking to you. And we do appreciate you taking time out this morning to talk to us about this issue of the Saudi Hajj and Umrah Ministry allowing foreign pilgrims aged 12 years and older to perform Umrah.
Yes, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Of course, that is a very, very positive announcement. We are very happy that, people from 12 years and children from 12 years and older can now perform the Umrah, that can now get an Umrah visa. So what needs to happen, of course, that, the 12-year-old and older needs to be vaccinated. And I think, as they state, that the one vaccination as per the rules would be required. So yes, you are allowed now to bring 12-year-old and older on for Umrah, but they need to be vaccinated.
Yes, that seems to be the requirement, and I've been reading up on the new directive that also the citizens and residents in the kingdom, including those from the GCC countries, will have to obtain permits to perform Umrah, and also looking at some of the requirements with regard to registration as far as proof of the vaccination status go, Brother Sedick.
Yes, well, the same rules at this stage apply. You have to update your Tawakkalna app, which is the app that holds all your health statistics, and all the health requirements needs to be updated in the Tawakkalna app. Also, in terms of doing or getting the permit, doing the actual booking, that has to be done via the Itimara app, and that is a requirement for everybody. So even us as foreign pilgrims. Once you land in Makkah, even year before we actually do your visa, the permits need to be applied for in the Itimara app, so that you can do your Umrah. So those are still requirements that the ministry has instituted. But another very, very important and positive information that came through yesterday is that they now allow you to do triple and quads in a room. Remember, we said that you could only do two in a room, and now from yesterday, the ministry has allowed us to use the full capacity of a room. So you can now get 3 in a room and 4 in a room, and that again is a very, very positive sign.
Well, it certainly is positive, and also from a cost point of view, less expensive because now that the room is fully utilized. But also looking at some of the other measures, because we've learned about social distancing measures that have been lifted, but the others would still remain in terms of reservations to perform Umrah and also Salah in the Haram.
Yes, of course, and inshallah we can only make dua that they lift, the ban on South Africans to get back into the kingdom for Umrah, inshallah, very soon. I mean, we are in discussion with our registered Umrah operator in the kingdom, and inshallah, the signs are there that now that the UK has taken us off the red list, inshallah, Saudi and the other countries might follow suit at this stage.
Yes, and it is normally at this time of the year where, people go off on holiday and families go on Umrah, where traditionally we've seen during this month where we've seen, people making the Umrah trip, and just looking at inquiries at this point in time, is the travel fraternity getting inquiries for people wanting to go for Umrah?
Well, before the Omicron variant came out, we had massive inquiries, not inquiries, bookings for December. Of course, all of that had to be put on hold because of the ban that got instituted. And at this stage, I mean, there are a lot of inquiries, but we are unfortunately unable to say to people, listen, it's going to happen at the end of the year or January, because of course, we hope that it's going to be lifted soon, but nobody is exactly sure what's going to happen in terms of the system opening, unless of course we hear from our counterparts in Saudi. But yes, there are many queries as to when are we opening again, inshallah.
Yes. Now, we know that in the last few months, Brother Sedick, we've seen quite a few people from South Africa go for Umrah. Last week, I had the opportunity to get an update from a brother who came, and he put on some very useful information for people wanting to go for Umrah. And just, I'm sure you getting feedback from people that have returned as well. What type of feedback are we getting? I mean, what has this Umrah experience been for people? Have there been, any real issues that people need to think about?
Let me say to you that the feedback that we got is very positive, and that gives us a lot of hope. The thing that our people are saying is that you have got to comply with the rules and regulations. I mean, you still have to book to go into the Rauda Sharif. You've got to book to make the Umrah. But now that most of the things have been lifted, in other words, you can do your tawaf, your nafil tawaf again. You can get into the haram for salah if you show your app. A lot of the places, in terms of a lot of the budget hotels and some of the eating places are still closed. So people have to walk a little bit further to get food and so on. But other than that, things are pretty normal as it is in terms of you doing Umrah, and people are reporting very positive things in terms of being able to do their daily ibadah.
Yes, and just apart from South Africa, people from all over the world, from other countries around the world, are they utilizing this opportunity to go for Umrah?
Well, our people are telling us that they've been surprised to see how full the Haram is, how full Makkah is. And so there are a lot of, foreigners and indeed a lot of locals taking the opportunity to perform Umrah and, to get to the Haramain. And again, with people moving freely, yet complying to all the rules. I mean, that again, I want to say to us, that is very encouraging.
Well, certainly, and also I think going forward, we know that before we know it, the Hajj season will be upon us. So I'm sure at this point in time, just looking at Umrah and looking at the regulations, the Hajj Ministry obviously will be monitoring this situation, and this will obviously give them an indication as to comes Hajj season, what to do, what restrictions to put in place, and possibly we may have even a different Hajj experience compared to what we've had in the last 2 years.
Well, inshallah, if you look at the signs and the way the country is opening up and the sort of things that they're putting in place, there are indications that the Hajj is going to open, albeit on a slightly bigger scale this year. And one interesting information that I just want to share with the listeners of Salam Media from our counterparts, from our hotel owners in Saudi during the week, they've informed us that Ministry has asked them to get their tashriqs available, to get their permits in order for the Hajj season. Again, that sort of movement on the ground, again, gives us a lot of encouragement and positiveness that Hajj, inshallah ta'ala, would be open up on a slightly larger scale this year.
Yes. Now, you mentioned earlier on with regard to the UK removing South Africa from the red list. Hopefully, you are keeping your eyes open in terms of what Saudi Arabia is going to do, how they're going to respond because I'm sure that at this point in time is going to be the immediate area of focus, Brother Sedick.
No, absolutely. In terms of our Umrah operators that we've got our contracts with, and they are ensuring that we are being kept up to date with all the latest information, every little thing that comes from the ministry, they inform us on, because, of course, it's in their interest that the system is being opened as well, because, just from a hotelier's point of view, of course, everybody wants to see that, the rooms get filled up. So, the hotels has been closed for a long time, and everybody had been looking forward, to a good season. December normally is a very, very good season, not only for us here in South Africa, but also, for the hoteliers in Makkah and Medina. And so hopefully, they want to fill their rooms over this period. So inshallah ta'ala, every single thing that comes through, we are being kept up to date as to what is happening. And of course, worldwide too, a lot of us has booked tours to Turkey and so on. Turkey is also close for us as it is at the moment. So inshallah, we hope that all those countries are coming back on stream, because although flights like Turkish Air and Qatar and them is coming back into the country, we are not allowed as South Africans to enter, those countries. And inshallah, we hope now that the UK has taken this step, because remember, the UK, really the country that really started all this, now that they've taken us off, I'm hoping that the countries are now going to follow their example again and take us off.
Well, we'll watch the space. We definitely will follow developments, Brother Sedick. But as always, we appreciate your time with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Sedick Steenkamp, the chairperson of the South African Muslim Travel Association, just providing us with an update with regards to Umrah. And talking about travel, when we come back, we are going to be taking a look at South Africa and 11 other countries that will be, or that have already been removed from the UK travel red list.
Every 60 seconds,